Hey, welcome back to the shop. This is Zach over at NV Woodwerks. Time for a shop update. We got lots of news, new pressure pot, and the giveaway kickoff for March. So, first things first, I'm going to get this off my desk. I got a gigantic pressure pot. It's a 5-gallon one from CA Technologies. So that's one of the big news items. I'm just kind of testing it right now. I got it pressurized and got a couple leaks. Of course, the factory doesn't seal things up as well as I would like them to. So I'm just testing stuff, seeing how it works, but I almost got this thing ready to go. And I'll be able to do longer pours, you know, and wider stuff. It's a bigger one. I'll get a shot of the picture I took earlier of this next to the other ones. Obviously, it's twice as big, but pretty cool stuff. I'm excited about that, and I'm going to get it out of the way. All right, so for news around the YouTubes, first thing, the Stress-Free Woodwerks pen, it's hard to say, Stress-Free Woodwerks pen challenge is still going on till the 24th, I believe. I'll have to double check on that date, but get your pen in and your video and submit that. I think you have to email, actually, I know you have to email James to make sure you get entered, and he's got a couple things. So I'll have a link to where you find out more about that to get entered. If you don't want to do the, get entered into the challenge and you just want to support the troops by making them a pen, you can just send that over to James. So I'll have links again to his website so you can get more information about that. The other thing that's going on is the challenge tree. I always forget that challenge tree over at Dominic's Woodworks. So if you haven't seen that before, you basically take a raw branch or trunk or something, a raw piece of wood, and turn it into something. So this is my horrible last minute thing that I did last year. I was trying to do some off-axis turning with a piece of, I think this is apple wood. And so I just took a branch and did something with it. So that was horrible. I have a much better idea, I think, this year, at least something that I'm hoping might work. So definitely go check out Dominic's channel if you haven't done so already. He does amazing stuff. He has fun projects. The coolest part about, well, not the coolest thing, but one of the coolest things about his channel, he does his videos in German, and he publishes German videos as well as English versions. I can barely even get through English ones. It's amazing the stuff that he does over there. So go check his channel out, subscribe, and get something made for the challenge tree also. All right, so we had a little battery failure there, so we're good to go now. The next thing on the agenda is I got a couple of new pen blanks up in the store. So the Detroit Lions colors, I got blue and silver for those. I was looking at black and white and all these different colors, but the more that I looked at all of those, it just pretty much looked like a Panthers blank. So I didn't want to do that. I wanted it to be its own thing. And when I think of the Lions, I think of blue and silver, basically. So those are ready to go up in the store. And then the other one is a pink and white blank. And I've been meaning to make one of these things full acrylic for a long time now. I have a couple, actually, with sagebrush in it. And it just kept slipping my mind to make one of these. So it's kind of inspired by breast cancer awareness. That's kind of what drove me, drove that design, I guess. But it looks good either way, even if you're not going for that specifically. They really look good and work well on crochet hooks and those types of things. Knitting needles, I've seen a lot of those. So anyway, check those out. I'll have links up here on the screen and down in the show notes if you're interested in those. The other thing that I wanted to mention was the collaboration video I did with Bob over at RJB Woodturners. So I've gotten a couple questions. Well, first thing, if you haven't seen that, it's awesome. Bob made a segmented herringbone pen plank out of wood and aluminite ribbons, basically. And I've gotten a couple questions about, hey, how much are the ribbons, or where are you selling ribbons at? And frankly, I didn't even think about selling those. So I had to do some quick thinking, because the way that I made them for Bob, there's no way. It took forever doing that stuff. So I couldn't sell them that way. Came up with a new process, and the best thing that I can do for those is a pack of 5 of them. They have to be the same color for $25. That's the best I can do with the way that the process works. They're so labor intensive that it's kind of tough. So if you're interested in that, you just need to email me, and I'll just set up a PayPal invoice and we'll get them going. I can do pretty much any color. I'm not going to do color matching and stuff like that, but if you want blue ones or red ones or whatever, I can do that. I can do glow in the dark with blue or whatever. So that's that. The other thing that came up with that video was, where did the glow in the dark ribbon go? And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to divert you over to Bob's channel so he can explain that. He's going to do a shop update. So I'll have a link down in the show notes to that. I don't know if it's up yet when I'm shooting this video, so I'll have that when I know where it is, but I'll just let him explain that. All right, so the next thing, we got some viewer picks. So lately, for some reason, things just kind of go in waves. Cholla cactus has been the thing to cast and turn. So I got a couple of these sent to me, and I can't wait to do something with them. I'm not sure exactly the best way to cast these necessarily, but I got them stabilized, ready to go. And we got a couple pictures. So Dan sent in a picture of blank he made with Cholla. Tons of colors. It just turned out fabulous. Thanks again for sending that in, Dan. The pen turned out fabulous as well. So the next one is from Brandon. Again, a Cholla cactus blank. Brandon and his dad have only been casting and turning since January. This pen is pretty fabulous for, what, 3 months? 2 months, really? Awesome work. I love that purple with the Cholla. It just pops right out. It looks great on that kit. So thanks again for sending that in, Brandon. And then the last one is from Craig. Banksia pot. It's a little bit different than Cholla, but pretty much the same look. Very similar look, I should say. And I really love that red. It just pops out of the Banksia pod holes. So thanks again for sending that in. Thanks, Craig, for sending that in. Excellent work, everybody. All right, so we got a couple awesome videos, too, this week. The first one comes from Dima. He finally did a DIY, awesome looking, using clear PVC stabilizing chamber. He lays out all the steps. It's a really easy process for the most part. I don't know if it's as good necessarily as the Turntex ones. I think that those are the best ones on the market, but they cost a lot more money, you know. I get a lot of questions that people asking me, hey, can I use my Harbor Freight pressure pot for a vacuum chamber? And I just say, I wouldn't. I think it's a terrible idea. The big point is being able to see in the chamber when you're doing the stabilizing. And so, you know, Turntex one's perfect. Well, if you want to go DIY and you think you can make this thing, you know, properly, this is a great option if you're trying to save money. So definitely go check that out. Awesome job, Dima. The next video comes from Skip, and he made a pen blank using a 3D printer. I'm spitting. It was so awesome. Check it out. See how it works with the turning. I'm going to not give it away or anything like that, but check it out. I don't want to spoil it. So awesome job. Thank you for sending that in, Skip. You did an awesome job on that video. It's awesome watching that whole process. 3D printing, again, is another one of those things that, I want one kind of, but I don't have time to play with it. So anyway, I think that's about it for all the things that are going on around here. All right, so that's enough shop updates. Let's get into the giveaway. So this month it's running from March 13th to the 23rd, and then I'm going to announce the winners on the 27th. So you have about a week and a half to get entered. You'll click on the screen here. There's a link, and down below in the show notes, head over to my website after you click those links. And the entry form will be a little bit down the page below the post, basically. If you've gone down to the comments, that's too far. It's a little bit above that. So up for grabs this month, we have two prizes. We got the $50 gift card to classicnib.com, as well as the $50 gift card to nvwoodworks.com, my website. So lots of good stuff. If you're not familiar with Classic Nib, they got pen kits, pen blanks, tools and supplies for turning, as well as lots of fountain pen accessories and things like inks and nibs. So high quality stuff, great service. Go check them out. Say hi to Roy over there and tell him I sent you. And check out what they have. It's awesome. So I think that's about it. So again, make sure you head over to my website, enter through the entry form thing. Tell all your friends about the giveaway, because the more the merrier. That's what we always say. Yeah, so let me see. There's one other thing that's on my mind here. I guess that's about it. So if you have any comments or questions, you can leave those down below. You can email me at zach@nvwoodworks.com. I'm out there on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. So good luck to everybody that enters. Tell all your friends, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.